All clear. That's the declaration in Washington after an evacuation of the White House and Capitol Hill today. The evacuations were prompted by a security scare when a plane apparently entered restricted airspace over the White House. Bill Prasad has more.
The White House and Capitol were evacuated just before noon Eastern Time. The FAA confirmed it was tracking an unidentified aircraft believed to be a small plane, not a commercial jet.
The Cessna was traveling in restricted airspace toward the White House and Capitol. The pilot was not responding to efforts to communicate with the plane. And then at 12:03, the alert level was raised to red.
Fighter jets were scrambled, and there was an eyewitness report that warning flares were fired at the unidentified airplane. A motorcade of 6 or 7 cars left the White House during the evacuation.
I followed my usual procedure. I went through to make sure everybody in the office is out. Everybody's out. I followed them down the stairs.
The single-engine Cessna was 3 miles away from the White House before it turned away. It is registered to a pilot from Pennsylvania. Fighter jets forced him to land in Frederick, Maryland, about 30 miles from the district.
And federal officials are questioning that pilot, trying to determine exactly what happened. As for the president, officials say he was not inside the White House at the time of the evacuation, that he was riding his bicycle with a security detail in Maryland. As for the vice president, he was in the White House. Officials quickly removed him and took him to a secure destination. In Washington, I'm Bill Prasad.
At least 54 Iraqis were killed in 6 bombings across the country Wednesday. Police said there were 3 car bombings in Baghdad, including this attack in the southern neighborhood of Al-Dora. The explosion happened at a police station, killing 3 Iraqis and wounding 8. 2 other car bombings in the city killed at least 1 Iraqi and wounded at least 14. In other attacks, at least 30 Iraqis were killed by a car bomb in Tikrit, and at least 20 Iraqis were killed by a suicide bomber west of Kirkuk. Military operations in Iraq and Afghanistan are one step closer to receiving some much-needed funds.
On Tuesday, a unanimous Senate passed